All right, guys, I decided to go ahead and do part two on Stacey simply because I am being uh, drawn to do this and because I feel like I'm on a roll, right? Sorry about that picture earlier. The last thing I did was show Stacey and Florian instead of showing Stacey and Darcey and Georgie, right? So, sorry about that. But now we're going to focus on Stacey and Florian, okay? So, let's get started. Honestly, I'm going to be honest with you. I feel like this is the more stable relationship out of both right now, in spite of the fact that her sister Darcey, her twin sister Darcey, has had a lot of issues and cheating and whatnot. So has Stacey. She had experienced one episode of cheating from Florian, right? But I feel like they are the more stable one. Okay, Stacey, of course, being the twin to Darcey, uh, does have a lot of the same issues that Darcey experienced growing up, but I feel like she's just a stronger one, all right? The stronger one in the relationship and more of a rock. It has her feet a little bit more on grounded, okay? And herself a little bit more grounded. Does she go through her pain and does she go through her experiences? Absolutely, but she deals with them a little better, okay? And she's not as I don't want to say emotional, but she doesn't deal with the situations the same way that Darcey, her sister, does, right? So we're gonna find out in Love Up and Foremost, her and Florian. She does have control issues, okay? This last episode I watched with Stacey. Now we're talking about Stacey right here, okay? And watching her standing in the background while Florian was doing his photo shoot, right? Because Florian wants to be a model, and he's a very good looking man, okay? He's in his 40s, she's in her 40s, right? They're only a few years apart, but he wants to be a model, and with all due respect, the man looks great, right? I love these two girls, guys, by the way, no matter what, and want only the best for them. But I do feel that Stacey is just a little bit more grounded, has her feet a little bit more stable, or she's in a better place. But she does have to work on her control issues as well. She does share that with her sister. And in this episode, she was constantly, it was almost, I mean, somebody said it, like a stage mom, like one of those moms that take their kids, for these, what is it, shows, pageants and what have you, a pageant mom. and I don't blame her for her excitement. But it got to the point, again, autonomy, guys, autonomy. We talked about it with Darcey and the men that she's been with. There's an issue here of still wanting to control and not letting that person be themselves and letting them decide what they want to do, especially in a photo shoot. I mean, to the point where, he got upset. He told her to stop, right? And there is somewhat of a, not so much a language barrier, but the way he talks is sometimes backwards, right? But he did tell her to stop nicely, I believe, at first, but then it just got ridiculous and they were just kind of like having words in front of the photographer, and I'm going, wow, right? Here we go again. So they do share a lot of traits, right? Her and her twin sister do share a lot of traits that are not very becoming, right? they're not helping. They're not beneficial, right? But let's find out what the romance angels have to say for Stacey and Florian. Okay, Stacey and Florian. Woo wee. No, lots of chemistry. Absolutely, lots of chemistry, right? In both of them, both sisters and their partners, there's a lot of chemistry there, absolutely. But, the control issues, and here we go again, can sometimes take away from the chemistry and the passion. So they may be having a few issues with that if the control issues continue. Let's put it that way, right? Give him some independence. Let him have a little bit of a say as to how he wants to pose, right? How he wants to pose. Because I'm telling you, it's not about just one little thing. It's constant with both of these young ladies, and they're in their 40s, right? But they look like they're in their 30s, right? With both of these ladies, sisters, right? Twin sisters. There's so much from the past that they're bringing into this new relationships, right? These new relationships, and they haven't dealt with them, and she too can benefit. And this is not about them taking their boyfriend or their husband with them. It's about turning around and getting that self-help, okay? I feel like Stacey does love herself a little bit more, okay? She is a little bit more evolved in that sense, right? To where she does love herself a little bit more, but she still has those bad, the bad baggage that came from maybe other relationships in general and or childhood, like Darcey, and it tends to spill into this new relationship, and then it takes away the chemistry or puts it down in the very bottom because the focus is on this control issues, okay? Control, control, control. Gotta stop. Stop trying to control outcomes. Stop trying to be mom. You don't need to be mom. Heart-to-heart conversations. They really need to talk, okay? They really need to talk. And this is the other one that came out, okay? Chemistry, of course, and heart-to-heart conversations. Honestly discussing their feelings with each other. If they can open up that communication, and this would be very helpful for Darcey, but that's not what's coming up right now for them, okay? There's a totally different thing coming out for them. And you can catch that in the first, in part 1, right? When I did Darcey. For Stacey, it's heart-to-heart conversations, opening up the communication here, and really, really listening to one another, and not interrupting, and again, Darcey could benefit from all that, but that is not her focus right now. I think her focus is really working on herself some. I think Stacey could turn around and be this person that can, take a step back and say, okay, we need to just talk about this and listen to her partner. Listen to one another. Don't have those replies already ready before the person's even finished. Actually, just hush, right? Hush and pay attention, okay? Because I really, really believe this guy is in love with her and wants to have this future with her as well. And, this whole control thing and, let me mom you. It's not going to work for him. He's a man too, okay? Just like Georgie is. They're both men, okay? And she's very, very vocal, absolutely, and independent to a certain extent, just like her sister is. But there's a time to just kind of sit back and listen to your partner, and that's what they need to work on, is communication skills right now. Heart-to-heart conversations, okay, and really honestly discussing the feelings with each other. There is a very strong and magnetic attraction here, right? But it's not at the forefront at the moment, Okay, it's not at the forefront. Here we go. Wow. There's a very big possibility that she may be spending a lot of money on him, which we already have seen that on the episodes. We know that they are spending a lot of money, right? Both of them spend a lot of money on themselves, and they are maybe experiencing some type of financial, restrictions here and there because they're pouring it all out into their men, right? And this is what's coming up for her. She's not feeling here at the moment, right now. The issue is that she's not feeling very empowered when it comes to money and stability. Okay, sure, they get paid from the show and what have you, but sometimes their expenses are probably going to be more than what the show's bringing in, right? She's not in her throne. Very much stuck also in her ways, and not in a good way. Okay, so maybe that's the struggle, is that she's trying to turn around and regain her confidence in this situation as well. So here we go again. I don't think neither one of them are at the end goal of stability and everything's going hunky-dory at any moment right now, okay? I really believe that right now they are probably experiencing their own issues, and that stability is really not where it needs to be. She's not being as practical and down to earth as she can be, okay? The Queen of Pentacles is a nurturer, right? So there's the mom, the stage mom, the pageant mom. She's a nurturer. Both of them are Libras, if I'm not mistaken. So Libras in general want balance and harmony, and they want that stability, and they want their, a home, and they, their happiness is really, being that nurturer. But I mean, they're in the beginnings of these relationships, and Stacey's boyfriend just came into the States, so it's gonna take time. You can't just turn around and snap your finger or wave a wand and everything's gonna be hunky dory. No. So right now she's not where she needs to be. Okay, she's not being very practical or down to earth like she really is. Usually she's very focused on her coins, focused on her stability, focused on the material, and she may be a little out of focus in the sense that money's going out and not coming in, right? There's an imbalance right now when it comes to finances for Stacey and I want to call him Freudian. Florian, right? She usually is very encouraging, right? And promotes positive utilization of creativity. And she seemed to show that, but it was more in a parent to child, okay? And these men, in general, do not want to be treated like children. So that needs to change, right? That needs to change. She needs to get herself back focused. She needs to get herself back focused on her material, her business. I was thinking they both had a business going there for a minute, and kind of saving a little bit of their money, and not throwing it all out the door either, for Florian. And the reason I'm saying is because what happens with a lot of couples is when the money starts going out and not enough's coming in, guess what you're going to start doing is fighting over money. So the focus here is for her to turn around and get her finances in order before you can get your house in order, if that makes sense. Okay, so financial difficulties are in the air right now for Stacey and Florian. Let's see what else. What has been the obstacle? The obstacle, not having those victories, okay, guys? Maybe not really counting their blessings right now. not turning around, and their dreams, their goals are not coming into fruition the way they've wanted it to. Okay, everything takes time. Everything takes time and patience. We're just now seeing these episodes. They're probably about 6 months old, where he's trying to get into the modeling world. I do see some success for him, but is that going to be an overnight success? There's a lot of competition out there. So, chill out. Count your blessings right now. Yes, your dreams, your goals, and your passions need to turn around and still be there, but you can't go broke, right? Pursuing them, especially if he's not bringing in any money. So that is what is coming up as an obstacle. They can turn it around. When she turns around and starts focusing, okay, then you'll see those victories, okay, when it comes to the dreams, the goals, and their passions and what they want to go after. But at the moment, because they're not happening as quickly as she would like to see it, or the money, the revenue's not coming in like the way she would like to see it come in, okay, there's problems, or what is it, there's problems in paradise, but I don't see this as a breakup for them. I see this as they need to sit down and talk, okay? They need to figure this out logically, okay? That's the other thing, is that this Queen of Pentacles is very much about being logical and spending the money. And that may be why she's not feeling very empowered right now, is because a lot's going out, and maybe he is asking, hey, I need this, and she's wanting to provide. But there's a point where you say, hey, I need to pay my rent, and I need to focus on my business, I need to focus on me a little bit, right? And we may have to put the brakes on this for a second. Let's get your pictures out there, and let's see if you get picked up by somebody, right? A lot of competition out there, but he is a very good-looking 43-year-old man. So I don't see it not happening. It's just gonna take a minute, okay? And in between all this, these money issues are gonna be their focus, their problem, okay? And they need to have a talk about it. All right, Stacey and Florian. All right. So let's see what the outcome is if they follow the recipe. Let's see what the outcome is if they follow the recipe. There you go. Okay. We got love, instability when it comes to relationships and their emotions, okay? Everything will settle back into what it needs to if they follow the recipe, all right? Stop looking behind you at whatever, the issues were. Of course, releasing the past, because when the cups come up, they're about our emotions. It has to do with love, okay? But it also, in this case, with this Four of Cups, is also looking at what you had and not looking in front of you, right? And what you have over here, right? So that goes right with the counting your blessings, right? A little bit more on this Four of Cups. It's a beautiful card, beautiful outcome, right? Of love and balance, right? Because the fours are about balance as well, and finding a balance and harmony, right? But the Four of Cups can also depict somebody being unhappy, right? And wanting that a little bit more. It can represent a positive period of self-reflection and renewal if they turn around and get past these financial issues, getting themselves back on track, okay? And then these goals and these dreams and these passions that they're pursuing, realizing that they may be right now standing still, not moving forward the way they wanted to, but it's going to turn around if they can get through that right there by having these heart-to-heart conversations and concentrating on their love chemistry, which is this outcome, right? Things will change, and you'll get that period of self-reflection and renewal. And by taking this time to go within, to dream, muse, and reflect, and kind of lighten up a little bit, right? Then they can restore their emotional balance, okay? The Four of Cups also represents kindness from other people, so being kind to one another. So I don't see anything at this point going south as far as a separation or a breakup with Florian and Stacey. I just see that they're going to have some financial issues that they need to look at. Okay, I see that they have to have heart-to-heart conversations and honestly discuss and listen to one another, like I said earlier, and concentrate on their chemistry, man. There's a strong magnetic attraction here. Why are we not concentrating on that, right? To get a little bit of balance there, right? A little bit of peace of mind and some joy, right? Which is the outcome. So that's the read for them. Very nice. Okay, very nice. We'll see what happens with these two. Now, here's their picture. Sorry I showed it in the very end for Darcey and her Fabio. Okay. This is Stacey and Florian. All right, guys, let's see what comes up. This is what I'm talking about. Let's see what comes up on the next episode. Is money gonna come up on her end? Are they gonna have issues going on with that? Right? This is what this is all about when I'm doing these readings, is to see what's coming up. Is it gonna come into fruition? Same thing with Darcey and the possible breakup or sabbatical, right? So we'll see what happens. Thank you for watching. I'm going to go ahead and let you guys go, and make sure you subscribe, okay, if you've enjoyed this, and share it with fans, right, of Darcey and Stacey.